Oh, hello there. How is it going? Welcome to a brand new week here on Crafters TV. And may I be the first to say to you, Merry Christmas. Yeah, it is the start of our Christmas event. 2 whole weeks of Christmas. Now, if you're new to crafting, like I was a few years ago, you think, hang on a minute, Christmas in June. But believe it or not, Christmas is the perfect time to get ready for all of that. No, June is the perfect time to get ready for all of that Christmas crafting. And we are kicking off this event in style with a masterclass. Now, for every single day of our Christmas event, we are doing something really, really special. We're going to be bringing you brand new products here on Crafters TV. We're going to be bringing you world exclusive launches. There's one coming up tomorrow where you're going to have your chance to get your hands on products before anyone globally, before it's launched on HSN or Create and Craft or our website. We'll be launching product directly to you here. What we're also going to do as well is every single day of the Christmas event. Now, I need to let you know, this is limited, so you're going to need to be quick for it. But every single day we are giving away a free gift. Now, today's free gift is this. The Spectrum Noir Sparkle Pen Clear Overlay. These are amazing and they are always so busy on our website. This should cost you £12.99 in the UK or £16.95 in the US. However, it is free when you spend over £30 or $30 before or after, your Club Inspired discount has been deducted. Already, loads of you going for these. Lots gone already. We only have a finite amount of our free gift every single day. So if you want to grab the free gift, what I would say is make sure you act sooner rather than later every single day. So there'll be 14 different free gifts coming up for you over the next 2 weeks. And then we'll be finishing our Christmas event with a live Sunday showcase, Second Chance Sunday on the 21st. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fast. It's furious. It's going to be festive though. Oh, and there's a woman that's looking particularly festive today. Oh, it's my little Christmas pudding, Debbie Robinson. How are you?
Good morning and Merry Christmas, because it does start early here in our crafting HQ, because we're kick-starting this week with a fabulous masterclass, which I'm really looking forward. Please excuse the get up, but I thought I'd get into that Christmas spirit, even though it's beautiful outside. But a better time to start crafting, a better time to grab yourself some absolutely fabulous deals on embossing folders, and stay tuned because I'm going to talk you through lots of different things. Hopefully you'll be inspired and get in the mood for Christmas and get cracking with your Christmas crafting and kickstart your week off the way we are indeed. Now I'm really excited, Joe, so can I just show you a few samples if that's okay,
please,
of what we've got coming up. So we've got the most amazing embossing folders, amazing teaching all about 3D, 2D, cut and emboss. Look how gorgeous these samples are. Absolutely fabulous. We've got some wonderful inks on, some sparkle pens. We've got gilding wax. We've got all sorts crammed into this masterclass, and we'll try and talk you through as many techniques as I possibly can through this 2 hours. So do stay tuned because we do have lots of crafty fun planned. One of my favourites, this one, the lovely Santa's note there, absolutely glorious. But each one, it's just showing you how you can use embossing folders to a different effect, because people look at embossing folders and think, what do they actually do? Well, they're going to create some really nice focal parts of your cards. That's honestly, Joe, I love a good embossing folder. I can't wait to get started, but I'm going to hand it back over to you while I get myself all ready and set for the first section.
Yes, absolutely. Let's whiz through then some of the stuff that's on the show today. We are going to have an exceptionally busy start to this Christmas event. Now, we wanted to bring you a really fabulous, comprehensive collection on the glue. So, what we've got here is we call it 3D glue gel. Debbie calls it chunky glue. You're actually going to get 2 of these. So you're going to get the one usual one that you get, and then you'll get the one that's got the tools in there as well. So I have the syringe and the little, what are we calling this thing here? What's that? So I bet that's got a specific name, Debbie.
What's that, Joe?
Well, the little thing here. I would call it the turner.
It is. It squeezes all your chunky glue up the tube for you.
But I bet it's got some sort of lovely fancy French name, you know. We'll find out. You're also going to get the all-purpose in there as well, and you're going to get the tacky. So what you've got really is a very, very comprehensive glue kit. Basically, we're going to give you one of the 3D glue gels completely free of charge. All the essentials you need for that Christmas crafting. $12.97 or $22.39. Now, we have got the most gorgeous comprehensive bundle of cardstocks that you would need for Christmas. They are all in our Christmas colours. Lots of you going for this already. It's our luxury cardstock that you're getting. So you get 30 sheets in each one of these. You get the mirror, you get the, oh, can you look at how shiny that is? You get the mirror, you get the matte mirror, and you get the glitter as well. Now you're going to get it in the silver. Now remember, because it's over £30 or dollars, you will get that free Christmas present as well and it'll automatically just appear in your basket, by the way. So you've got the silver. Oh, it makes me want to start singing Santa Baby by Marilyn Monroe, this one. You've also got, the Christmas green in there as well, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. You've got the gold in here too. I mean, that is just a kapow of Christmas right there. And you've got the blue in there as well. So look at that. I feel like I need a pair of sunnies on. It's so shiny. 37.46 if you're in the UK. 59.81 if you're in the US. I can see some of you are multiple ordering on that as well. If you went for 2 of those in the US, you'd get free shipping and handling on that as well. But remember, over £30 or $30, that Christmas present will automatically appear in your basket, which is those beautiful clear overlays. We only have a finite amount of stock though, and already a lot of that stock is beginning to dwindle. So I'll keep you abreast of the situation as we go through the show. Should we dive in then and have a look at some of the embossing folders that you're going to have on the show? Now this is all about festive. Now what you've got here is a wonderful collection of 6 embossing folders. So you're actually looking at, about £3.50 per embossing folder, which is amazing value for money in the UK. So you've got the festive pine, you can see it there inked and also with gilding wax. We have all the gilding waxes on the show for you today. We'll take you through those as we go. You've also got the holly bells here as well. So you've got those beautiful bells. And again, picked up that gilding wax is gorgeous. Also works well when it's been inked. You've got the Christmas gift there. Again, really pops with that gilding wax. You've also got poinsettia wreath, and you've got in here as well Yuletide decoration. And then finally, my favourite actually is this one, which is Christmas by candlelight. You're not choosing, you're not picking 3 of them or anything like that. You're actually paying for 3 and you're getting the other 3 totally free of charge. You just need to make sure you've got one collection in your basket to get all of that. And also, I reckon, pop some glues in the basket with that, and that would get you up to that Christmas present, that's what it's all about, you getting today. We've got some other smaller embossing folders for you on the show, a couple of different collections here. The first collection gets you 4, but it actually gets you 6 embossing folders, if that makes sense. So what you've got in this one is you have got celebration borders, you've got your vine borders, Dear Santa and Festive Note. And then the second collection in this bundle has 3 others. So it has snow borders, snowflake splendor, and also twinkling snowflakes. Let me give you an idea of some of the things that you're going to be able to create with these. I can see that pretty much all of you going for both collections there with that. That music note one is just fantastic. And actually, great for Christmas, but great also all year round as well. And there you can see some of the, I love that one. How classy and elegant does that look? It gives you an idea of some of the looks you can create with those smaller embossing folders, $5.98 or $6.90 if you want to go for those. Right, we've also got for you some sparkle pens on the show today. Very, very busy before we came live. I knew they would be. Now remember, if you went for these, you'd get that clear overlay extra Christmas present as well, and it will just pop up in your basket. So in there, you've got autumn, winter, vintage tones, and you've got coastal cottage. You've got 18 pens in total there, perfect for a whole host of different effects. If you want to get some aqua tint, so it's basically our the same ink as a sparkle ink, just without that sparkle in there. You could add the sparkle over with the overlay as well if you wanted to. $25.98 to get all 3 there, or $39.90. That's a buy 2, get 1 free on that collection, which is brilliant. We've got some lovely Christmas sentiment stamps coming up on the show for you as well. I'll take you through these in a little bit more detail. It's a buy 3, get 1 free. You get a lot of stamps within here as well. You've got 42 stamps in total in that collection, which is great value. We've got some expression sentiment dies for you. These are fantastic because they're the one with the outside edge. It means remove, so it means that you can make that wonderful matte layer if you need to. £8.97 or £10.77. Right, get yourself settled. I hope you've got a cup of tea on the go. If you want to comment along, remember you can do that over on Facebook. It's Crafters TV if you want to find us there. I'll be monitoring those. It is a great one as well to get any questions in that you might have as well, because it's all about technique and going back to basic and really showing you all the things that you can do with these beautiful embossing folders. Just to let you know as well, the Christmas present that we're going to give, that free Christmas present when you spend over £30 or $30, you don't need to do anything. When you've got enough product in your basket, it will automatically appear. If it doesn't appear, and this is the general rule as we go across the next 2 weeks, it means that it's all gone, because we do only have a finite amount of the free gift available. I'll let you know how we're doing for stock as we go through the show. But for now, I'm going to hand you over to Deb. How much has already gone? 10% of the free gift has already gone. Right, Debbie, I'm going to hand you over. I hope we've got enough of these to last the show, Debbie.
Me too, because I absolutely adore sparkle. I'm going to start with some sparkle as well, but there's lots. What I'm going to do is I'm going to strip it back to basics, because what I'm aware of at the moment is we're getting new crafters into the world of crafting. New people that are joining us, that have been joining us over the last few weeks as the situation's been. But what I want to do is take it back to basics and tell you all about embossing folders. For those of you that don't know what an embossing folder is, it's some plastic. And it's plastic. I say plastic like it's just plastic, but it's not. It's plastic with a design in here. Now, I've got 2D embossing folder, I've got a 3D embossing folder, and I've also plucked out from my stash a cut and emboss folder, and I want to talk about each one of these. Now, I call these, when you hear me say a standard embossing folder, it just means a regular embossing folder. However, I just want to talk to you about this. Now, this is from that beautiful musical note. I absolutely love this. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But what I want to talk to you about is what it is that you're actually getting. Now, obviously this is made of plastic. You can see that the design's in there. These here have got the coloured part on the front to actually just give you an indication of which side is the embossing detail when it comes to a standard folder.
Can you do it the wrong way around then, Debbie?
It doesn't matter. Right, so this is the thing with embossing folders, Joe. When you use it this way with that on the front, the colour on the front, it gives you the emboss feature. And the other side is what we call the deboss feature. Both equally as beautiful as each other, almost like you're getting a twofer. If that makes any sense, 2 for the price of 1, because you get 2 different designs. What this is you get the indentations, and you'll be able to feel it if you run your finger along there. You'll feel this side has got the indentations. And then this side is the one that's raised. So you've got the raised feature, and what it is, when you put a piece of cardstock into there and you pop that in, what that actually does is push that design through the embossing folder. So that's our standard embossing folder. Shall we run that through, Joe, and just show you what I mean?
Oh, I'd love to have a look,
Now, I've taken just straight off, I've used from that gorgeous collection of cardstock. Can I just tell you what an amazing deal? When Joe told me what that deal were this morning, I adore our luxury cardstock. This is from the red one, which has got the mirror, that beautiful high shine. But when I close that up now, and I'm going to run that through my Gemini.
So is there any cardstock, Debbie, that you can't emboss? You know, like mirror, matte mirror, glitter. Will it all emboss?
You can emboss anything you want. I'm going to show you different things from vellum to acetate, things like that throughout the show. Okay. Because there's lots of things that you can emboss with. You can even emboss onto real leather, Joe. Ooh. I actually chucked a little bit from, I've got a little bit bag. That's the right way. I've got a bit box, but I've got a bit bag.
Again.
No, I've got a bit bag as well with different materials in. So I've got my leather in there to show you that you can emboss with leather as well. Now, standard embossing folders. When you come to using your machine, now our Gemini machine, we do usually bring with it, when you buy that, you get an instruction booklet. But it literally is just a 2-plate combination. So I've got both of my clear cutting plates, and I'm going to place that in the middle, and that's how you would sandwich that up. Nothing else is needed, so it's just your 2 clear cutting plates with that in there. And can I just give you a little top tip as well? If you're wanting the embossed detail to be on there, if you're using shiny coloured paper, just make sure you've got it on the raised bit so it pushes through, so you almost get it, so you put your colour on that side round. Okay? Does that make sense, Joe?
Absolute total sense fabulous. At the moment. Now, can we run then that size embossing folder? Would that go through our mini?
It will do indeed. These smaller embossing folders will go through your mini or your Gemini Go. There is a little section on the website, so if you don't own a Gemini, why not? But if you don't own a Gemini, there is a little section on the website that tells you of different plate combinations. But we always say refer back to your instruction manual of your machine. But all of our embossing folders that are on the show today will go through any machine.
Fabulous.
Literally. So now let me just show you, if I can bring this in close so that you can see, when we say nothing standard about that. Can you see how gorgeous that shine is?
My.
And that musical note really is truly beautiful. Edge to edge embossing all the way across. Obviously that's because we've got the power of
What's
the Gemini.
What's your favourite Christmas song, seeing as we're on Christmas musical notes?
Right, I love Fairy Tale in New York, obviously, because it's just a traditional, well, I said traditional, it's actually not about Christmas, is it? But it's a traditional, what I call, and it's established with Christmas. However, one of my absolute favourites is I can't even speak today.
You're just going to say the same one that I love. I think
Leona Lewis.
Yeah,
One More Sleep.
One More Sleep. The other one I
Adore it.
love as well. I can never remember how it goes, but I always get the Leona Lewis one confused with the Kelly Clarkson one. And I also love the Kelly Clarkson one. They're my two favourites.
I want to burst into song.
How does the Kelly Clarkson? I can't remember what the Kelly Clarkson's one is called.
The Kelly Clarkson, I can't remember how that one goes, but the Leona Lewis is One More Sleep.
One more sleep until it's Christmas.
One more sleep.
Oh, we can't sing anymore because we get charged. Let us know what your favourite Christmas song is in the comments. We'd love to know. Oh, I'm feeling very festive
now. I've had to take my hat off though, Joe, because it's very warm in here. And I had my hat on. If you're probably thinking,
your hair's
Debbie started
too beautiful
with the hat.
for that hat as well.
We're just a little bit on the warm side. Perfect at Christmas time. However, mid-June or early June, when the weather is beautiful, no, it makes me sweat even more. Now, we've talked about standard embossing. I'm moving on now to 3D embossing. So 3D embossing, and you'll see straight away, if I just hold this up for a second, onto the side, can you see the difference, the visible difference straight away? And I think that is a real good explanation. This one is made of a thicker plastic to the 2D, because the 2D has only got one level of raised feature or sculpture, which just gives you a one level of embossing, which is what we showed you there.
So if you want to grab that embossing folder, it is in the first collection that we've got, the Gemini Festive Embossing Folder Collection, if you want to go for that one. It's the 4 set that one's in, Debbie.
Absolutely. Now, you're probably
5%
thinking...
of that's gone already?
Never.
Shut the front door. Shut the festive back door. And stroke the antlers.
Oh, God,
and warm up your chestnuts.
Now, let's go back to the 3D embossing folder and the features of this. Obviously, it's made of thicker plastic. And I say thicker, it's only like a little bit thicker than a standard one. But the detail on a 3D embossing folder is outstanding. So you're getting more raised, more curves, more rounded features. And you'll see that when we run this through in a moment. However, shall I just show you? Can I bring in my sparkle pens, Joe? Can I bring in my sparkle pens just for a second before, because I absolutely love our sparkle pens. I've got my clear overlay, which you'll be getting if you're spending over your £30 today. But I've taken a couple of the colours, and one of these is the Starry Night from the winter, let me just get this right, the autumn winter collection. And the other blue is from the vintage tones collection. Now I'm just giving them a little shake to wake, because this is what we do with our glitter sparkles. We're shaking all that microfine glitter into here with the ink. And then what I'm going to do is grab a little blush.
Debbie, shut the front door.
What's that?
20% of the free gift has already gone. Bearing in mind, what's the time? It's like 20 past 11. We've been with you for 20 minutes this morning. You've got all of this show to go. Then you've got Monday Makers coming up a little bit later as well. I don't know if there'll be a free gift left to last the day. If you want to shop tonight's Monday Makers deals in this show, or right now I should say, and guarantee you get the free gift, you can of course shop from this show and shop ahead from the next show. I mean, if you checked out in 2 goes as well, I mean, I'm not advocating this. If you did £35 now and £35 again later, if we had the gifts, you would get another free gift. I just need to let everyone know. I don't want it to sell out, Debbie, before people have a chance to grab it.
Is Sarah later on with the Monday Makers?
Yes.
She's not going to be happy if there's no free gift for anybody.
She's going to be savage.
She's not going to be happy at all. No. However, I'll be gone by then. I'll be back down A1, so I'm not bothered too much there. Right, so what I've done is I've taken a piece of watercolour cardstock. I've got one of our spritzers, and I do believe we've got the spritzer on the show as well. You can see that I've got my craft mat covering over my glass mat. Again, this is in a bundle with a brayer, which I will be using later on the show, so just check that out. Oops. Debbie, don't squirt yourself in the eye, for goodness sake.
Good job you got your glasses on, Debbie.
I know, it's going to be one of those moments. You're just going to have to give me a second while I just clean my glasses because I've just sprayed.
So there was in my previous job, Debbie, the lovely Hannah Roxbury I used to work with at Create and Craft.
Oh, yes.
I had this thing, every time I saw her, when she wasn't watching, I'd take her water spritzer and I'd spritz her in the face when she turned round. Well, I did it one day and she was like, that wasn't water, that was alcohol. I felt terrible. I've not spritzed anyone in the face since, you'll be pleased to know.
Oh, I can see the sparkle. I might add a little bit more on here, Joe, but I just wanted to pop a little bit of a wash going off here. So I've used a couple of the blues and just bring those in. But how gorgeous is this sparkle? It is absolutely fabulous. Let me just grab my poker tool to hold it into place. Whoops, rather funny looking poker tool there, Debbie. I've got my end stuck. Right, so let's just pop a little bit more. I can see the intensity of that sparkle already before I've even dried it, Joe. It's just one of my favourite products.
It really is great.
You can see now I've got a nice little bit of a wash going off. What I'm just going to do is bring in my heat gun and I'm just going to dry this off. Oh, if I can make it stretch. Hang on a minute. There we go. Let's just pop this down. Make sure I get on the right speed. Going to hold that into place and dry this off.
Whilst you're just drying that, Debbie, can I just share with people what's the colours that are in there? I'll just do it in the little box up here. Don't you worry. So in this one, this is the vintage tones, and in there, look at the shiny. You've got teacup macaron, biscuit sage, and peony. Then the next one that you've got here is the autumn winter, and that has smoke quartz, olive jade, harvest moon, and starry sky. And then the other one that you've got there is Coastal Cottage as well. Linen, peach tree, sea spray, magnolia and cornflower blue. You get the lot. And do you know what else you get, Debbie?
What else do you get?
You'll get the clear overlay because you're over £30 or $30 as well.
Absolutely.
So a great chance for you to stock up on those today.
Absolutely. Now I'm just drying this off, Joe, because I just want a little bit of a background wash for this 3D embossing folder. I think that's nicely dried off. So let's just turn that off for a second. Pop my tops back onto my pens. I love these colours. Let me just grab a wipe just to wipe this up though for a second. I love the pens. I'll tell you why I love the pens, Joe, as well. Because you can colour with them, so you can stamp things and colour with them. Really beautiful. You can do your backgrounds and things like that, but I just think they are fabulous. Now that sparkle on there is really intensified. You can see that beautiful sparkle. I'm just going to use, though, my clear overlay sparkle just to add a little extra feature. When I say an extra feature, I'm just going to drop some onto my mat. You can see that beautiful, and I'm going to give it a nice little flick around because I actually asked, because it's a water-based product and you get that, do you know, you've heard of the faux bleaching, Joe? For people who don't know what faux bleaching is, it's where you can lift the colour out of the design that I've just done. So that background I can actually lift out to get that lovely flow. What's a flow?
Who's flow?
A faux bleach effect. And I've done it with the clear overlay because rather than drawing it out with water, which you'll get a really different effect with water, you probably get a more solid feature to it. But with using the sparkle, clear overlay sparkle, and I'm just popping on some... Joe, I can't speak this morning. I say tissue paper. This is not tissue paper.
What's that?
Kitchen paper.
Kitchen paper?
It's similar, but can you see now?
Same.
Look at that.
Ooh.
And the reason I've not used the water to draw that out and I've used the sparkle, the clear overlay sparkle, is because you get double the sparkle. Can you see that?
So when you remove the pigment, will it leave the sparkle from the clear overlay?
It leaves the sparkle. So even though you lift it off, which is why, if I was to do that with water, Joe, that would have just lifted the colour and it wouldn't have left that sparkle. The sparkle would have been around it, but because I've used the clear overlay, I've got the full sparkle effect over there.
So does that mean then that I can paint with those clear overlays?
Oh my goodness, can you ever?
If I had some like inks, can I pick it, rather than using water, could I pick it up with that liquid instead and add bling to it?
Absolutely. Add your bling. Add the bling. That's why those clear overlays, not only do they do things like that, Joe, but the clear overlays you can use on top of your alcohol markers, on top of any stamped image. You can draw the colour out. I love this effect here, what's happened with it. It's almost like framed it. Now, going back to the 3D embossing folder, yours won't come with a sticker on. I just do this to remind myself what it is, so I use a little sticker on the back there. Now, again, 3D, if we go back to the 3D folder, you'll be able to feel here, and this is where the Gemini... Now, can I just tell you a little bit about this bit? On our standard embossing folders, our 2D embossing folders, we have a colour on the front to tell you with the embossing. Can't do that with this one, with the 3D one. It was, manufacturing-wise, it was not the best that we could do. So what we've done is kept it nice and plain, but what we've done is pop the Gemini logo on the back so that's the raised bit. So that's just a little indication that will push through your cardstock on that end. So by that, I'm going to place this into the middle of that folder.
I need to let you know, Debbie, just quickly, 10% of this big collection's already gone. After this demonstration, I'll whiz you through what's in it again, but it is really busy. A lot of you with it in your basket now as well at the moment, and also a lot of you with that clear overlay, your Christmas present in your basket too. We're having a very, very busy start to our Christmas event, Debbie.
Right, Joe, so with a 3D embossing folder, the plate combination with the Gemini is cutting plate on the base. I've popped my cardstock inside the folder, so that's now in there. And then I'm going to pop on the top of that our magnetic shim and our plastic shim on the top. Now, it doesn't matter whether you pop it in that way or that way, it really doesn't matter. The Gemini is going to give that even pressure all over. The rollers are going to compress that and give that even pressure all the way through. The combination, the reason it's combination, this is different to the standard one, is because of that deeper, thicker plastic, you need to think about your shims. Again, if you haven't got a Gemini, why not? Put it on your Christmas wish list in June. But what you need to do is just check out your manufacturing instruction booklet or head over to the website because there is a little section about the embossing folders and different styles. Now, at the moment, you might not be able to actually, I can. Can you see that? That beautiful, not only have we got the sparkle, but what I'm just going to do for a second is I'm just going to bring in one of my gilding waxes and I'm just going to pop that over the top, Joe, just a little bit over the top, just to really highlight. And I say highlight, it's just going over that raised image. And again, really, really lovely detail to this. You could do the same though with an ink pad. You could go back over with an ink pad and it just lifts over the top of there. And it really, really is. Now, can you see it coming to life a little bit more now?
Hannah says it almost looks like it's snowing with that faux bleaching technique, doesn't it?
It does.
Really
it's a perfect way to do that. And very simple as well. The background with the sparkles, or the aquas, because we've got aquas on the show as well, Joe, and these gilding wax. You don't really need to make much of an effort when it comes to card making, because this is going to do it all for you. This
maybe a lovely idea of making tags as well with these embossing folders. They're a really good size for that, aren't they?
They are indeed.
You could just fussy cut around them, or even just use your guillotine.
Now, can you see that beautiful?
Debbie.
Not only that beautiful background, but that beautiful embossed detail. And I'm giving it a little wobble so that you can see all that gorgeous sparkle. Now, we've done the embossing, standard embossing. We've done the 3D embossing. I just wanted to quickly touch on our cut and emboss, because we have at Crafters Companion cut and emboss as well. Now, we don't have any on the show, but they are on our website. But I just wanted to explain.
I think I might have some in the craft vault. In fact, I know I've got some in the craft vault. Pop yourself over to the website, get ahead with the craft vault. It's very busy on there. But I think I've got maybe 4 cut and emboss folders in there.
I had a little peek, Joe. You've got some of my favourites on.
I've got some of those.
You've got some of my
frames.
favourites, the frames. I love them. Cut and emboss frames are absolutely beautiful, so stay tuned. But when it comes to a cut and emboss folder, we go back over and just show you. And if I just, again, let me just take you back to if we can go over it, just so I can show you. It's a standard embossing folder, Joe. But when you open it up inside, and I'll just take it here so you can see this, you can see all this beautiful embossed detail. And again, this is your embossed detail, and then you've got metal. So we can see some metal, and you're probably thinking, what are these white little bits here? They're not white bits as in we've left those in by mistake, or they're remnants from my, when I've been using this before. It's actually a bit of foam, a little bit of a sponge to lift the words out, because it cuts through and embosses at the same time. Now, rather than make a background one, Joe, I'm just going to grab a piece of cardstock. If you just bear with me a second, I've took some beautiful Centura pearl for this. And what this is now is it's got the embossed detail and that cutting detail, and it depends on where you want it to cut through. So if you've got like a pattern paper here, you want your metal to face down into it to cut that out. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So you're going to pop that through. Now, when it comes to the embossing, the cutting emboss folders, Joe, the combination is, and Debbie keeps putting the plates down, right, is your two cutting plates from your Gemini. However, if you want a little bit more definition, and I'm just hoping that there is one here, if there isn't, I'm not going to worry too much, but the metal shim is what you can add to it. So that I'm just going to leave like that. But if you want that extra dimension, an extra little bit of oomph, as I call it, you can add in your metal shim and sandwich your metal in between your on top of your embossing folder, if that makes sense. If you just want that extra bit of oomph.
Loads of people are letting us know all about their favourite Christmas songs. I'll take you through them in a few minutes.
Let's have a listen.
Lots of people letting me know that they're getting that free Christmas present as well, that free gift too. So lots of you checking out with that in your basket, which is good because remember, it's worth $12.99 or $16.95. Spend over £30 or $30 today, you get it how much? Oh, Debbie.
Wow. Wow. I just heard that.
One third of the stock of the free gift has gone. We didn't have like 6 or 7.
No.
We had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, but 1/3 sold out and gone.
Wow, Joe, that's all I'm going to say, wow. Now, look at this for a wow. This is embossed detail and the cut out as well. So I'll just hold that up for a second so you can see. And if you imagine that onto some of your backgrounds, like your sparkle backgrounds or your aqua backgrounds, how fabulous that looks. So what that actually does is embosses and cuts at the same time. So we started off with standard embossing, and then we moved on to 3D embossing with the use of sparkle pens and some gilding wax. And then just at the very end, that cut and emboss detail. 3 separate types of embossing folders in 3 different ways that you can use it. And that's just a tip of that iceberg.
Oh, fantastic.
Joe, can I have a minute to set up?
Absolutely. We're going to go through loads more demonstrations as well. Keep getting your questions and comments in. I want to just go through the 6x6. 10% of the stock has gone of the 6x6. I mean, you've only seen the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what you're going to be able to do with these. So in here, you've got your festive pine. You've also got the holly bells as well. Then you have this one here, which is a Christmas gift. That's included there. You've got the poinsettia wreath, which is this one here. And again, I just think that's so classy, like gilding wax. You've got Yuletide decoration, which is there. And finally, Christmas by candlelight, which I absolutely love. Whether you're, because they're a 6x6 as well, it's quite nice. So if they were going on like an 8x8 card with a matte layer, it's a Christmas card pretty much ready to go, which is fantastic. Did you want to recap the glues? Yeah, let me just show you the glue again, because what you'll get in the glue collection, 15% of the stock of the glues has gone, by the way, and we'll bring them all to you individually after they've sold out, but it's great to get them on the extra saving whilst you have them. So you've got the all-purpose and the tacky glue. Then we're going to give you not 1, but we're actually going to give you 2 of the chunky glue. You've got me calling it chunky glue now, Debbie. The 3D glue gel. Now, as well as getting 2 of the 3D glue gels, we're also going to give you some of the tools that go with the glue gels. So the syringe. Someone called it the corned beef key. That's what people are suggesting this bit might be called.
That's what I would have called it, Joe.
A key, yeah, I guess it's a key. It basically goes on the end of your glue gel and allows you to roll the tube down. $12.97 to get those, or $22.39 if you are in the US. We've got a lovely little sentiment die collection for you on the show as well. I'll just show you the kind of thing that it creates. How much of the stock's gone here? 15. Happy Christmas is that one there. Now you've got it in Happy Christmas. You've also got exactly the same style in Season's Greetings. You've also got it in Merry Christmas, and you'll get it in Happy New Year as well. So you buy those 3. Sorry, I've dropped one on the floor. You'll have to excuse me. And you buy those 3. We'll give you the Happy Christmas one free. But it's just a really lovely, usable little sentiment. Can I quickly show you that cardstock as well right here? Because I've taken one out of the packet just to show you. But the luxury cardstock, our luxury cardstock is always so popular. What we've got for you is you've got cardstock, same colour tone. You've got it in the glitter. Oh, look how shiny that is. You've then got it in the mirror as well. Isn't it gorgeous? And then in the matte mirror as well. So you get 10 sheets of each. Now you're going to get it in the Christmas red. You're also going to get it in the green. Let me see if I can hold all of these. You're getting a lot of sheets here. You've also got the gold in here as well. You've got the silver, and you've got the blue as well. So how many packs are you getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs. You're getting 150 sheets there of luxury cardstock for $37.46 or $59.81. You've got a quarter off there. Remember as well that would qualify you for that free present, which is your clear overlay, which 1/3 of the stock has gone. I can see a lot of you are multi-ordering this. If you were going for just this in the US and you went for 2, you'd get free shipping and handling on that as well, which is fantastic. Right, very, very busy start to the show. I will get to some of the comments as we go through, but any questions you've got about any of the techniques that Debbie Debbie's showing you, then by all means pop them over to me on Facebook. If you want to share with us maybe some of your embossing folder projects that you've made, we'd love to see those. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them. Right, I'm going to hand you back over to Debbie because I know she's got loads still that she wants to show you.
Oh, absolutely. One of our favourite techniques here at Crafters Companion, not just with myself, but with all the team. We all love a bit of black matte cardstock and a bit of gilding wax. And I couldn't resist because the gilding wax is on the show today. So I've got all my little pots all out ready here to use. But what I'm going to take is, and I love these embossing folders. Can I just tell you what an incredible deal we've got on those embossing folders today. This is the Yuletide decoration. Absolutely beautiful. There's some gorgeous samples and I'll show you in a moment. But what I want to show you is how we can turn this beautiful piece of cardstock, and I say beautiful, it's very plain at the minute, our black matte cardstock, and what you can do with an embossing folder and with some gilding wax that you can just see there in the shots there. Absolutely fabulous. So with black matte cardstock, it really doesn't matter because, you know, we talked about those indentations and the raised elements pushing through the cardstock to get an embossed side and a debossed side. Doesn't matter with a black matte cardstock because it doesn't matter which way you put it in, because we could just use a side that you want to use. I'm going to use obviously the raised side, but when you think about it again, 3D, the raised bit is on this part with the Gemini logo, and what that does is push through and comes this way up through that cardstock. So I've placed a bit of black cardstock there. Again, if we go back to that combination, in case you are unsure, it is your plastic, sorry, it is not your plastic, that is your cutting plate. Sandwich this plate on there, and you can see it fits on the Gemini absolutely fine. We're then going to pop on our magnetic shim, and lastly the plastic shim on the top, because with it being 3D, when you've got that more sculpture, that more roundness, that more curved feel, you have different types of level of embossing layers on a 3D embossing folder. Thicker plastic, less plate combination, rather than the two cutting plates, if that makes sense, Joe. Now, absolutely, I can see that's just beautiful without anything on it. Absolutely gorgeous. You can see that beautiful embossed detail. But when it comes to life is when we use our gilding waxes. Now, these are our Pebeo gilding waxes that we have on the show. I've got the silver, I've got Empire Gold, I've got King Gold, I've got Renaissance Gold, and lastly, one of my personal favourites is the Antique Gold. So there's lots to choose from. Do you know what I'd love if they brought out a range of colours? However, this was made especially for furniture to start with, Joe. That's what it was. And then again, I'm just applying, and you can see I'm using my middle finger here because pressure-wise, I don't want to go too heavy-handed. I want to build this up. And because I'm using lots of different colours on here, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm just taking that around and just gently going over all those raised features, and it's really bringing this to life.
I can really see your bauble now.
Yep, it really does, because black matte cardstock is lovely. It does a lot of things, you know, you can foil onto it, you can heat emboss onto it, you can use metallics, but we forget that you can use it in your embossing as well with the use of the gilding wax, Joe. It really is a simple technique again, but a very beautiful technique, and it really does come to life. And depending on how much you put down, Joe, and I'm going to stop with that one, I'm going to use our lovely, yeah, I think, do you know what, I'm going to slap quite a bit down. I'm going to, lots of different colours. Let's get lots of different colours.
Loads of people commenting along, Debbie, loads of people telling me that they've got their sparkle pens, which is fantastic. They're getting that free gift, which is wonderful. Robin saying she's got her order in. Barbie says, good morning and Merry Christmas to all. Hannah's got her ordering as well. Ray's favourite song is Brenda Lee, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
Oh, I love that one.
That is a good one. Barbie seems to think that I would make an adorable elf on the shelf. I don't think I'd get on a shelf. I think I'd break it. I'd have to be elf on I don't know, elf on a couch maybe, or elf in a chair. I'm not sure shelves were built for me, but I do like the idea. Jan saying that it's so fun thinking of Christmas crafts. Mary loves the colour of the cardstock as well. Stacey is sneaking in late. We'll let you off, Stacey, because in Seattle it's 3:35 in the morning. Now that is dedication to get up and watch us. Because with respect, Debbie, I wouldn't be getting up at 3:35 to watch us because I am not a morning person. Are you Are you an early riser, Debbie?
I am, yes, I am.
You?
Do you know, I go to bed right late, so I go to bed late and I get up early. I survive on very little sleep. Sometimes I don't know how I do survive on the very little sleep. But the older I've got, the less sleep I need. Does that make sense?
Do you know a lot of people say that?
Honestly, yeah. I always used to laugh because people said about I'm not comparing myself to Maggie Thatcher by any shape, in any way, shape or form. But I remember her mantra was that she exactly the same. She only needed about 2 or 3 hours and she was fine.
2 or 3 hours?
Honestly, yeah. And I do sometimes survive. Like the other day, I was up my craft room till 3 o'clock in the morning. Can't help myself. It sometimes happens when the creative juices are flowing. I make the most of it. And then I were up at 6.
That's
So I know, and I felt fresh as a daisy. So it must be just something about it. I don't know if it is an age thing. Don't know if it's an age thing, Joe, at all.
Well, if I sleep any more, I don't think I'm going to have time to come to work, Debbie, to be honest. Because all I seem to do is work, or then when I'm not here with you guys, I'm either eating or asleep. I can sleep so much. On Sunday, we've had a particularly busy period here at Crafts TV, but on Sunday I had I got up not particularly early, and then I had a 2-hour nap in the afternoon, and then I ate, and then pretty much went to bed again. It was lovely. It was perfect.
Right, Joe, I've got all my gilding wax on. I'm just going to find my cloth. What did I do with your cloth, Debbie? There it is. It's in your bag. Get your cloth. So what I'm going to do now is buffer it up. So I've put literally every single colour I can think on here. But what I'm just going to do is, and I say a cloth, it's just a kitchen cloth, Joe, but it just buffers off. And just gives it an extra little bit of a sheen, but it takes that excess off. Can you see there?
I've always wondered though, Debbie, so when you buff it, obviously you get a little bit of excess off, but does it come off down the line? Is it going to come off on the inside of your envelope, for instance, and stuff like that?
Not at all. No. Not at all. No, once it's on there, and once it's buffed up, it looks absolutely incredible. So I'll just show you a little bit more close up, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into a card. So literally all that was black card, but look how it's come to life now using gilding wax. And if I just bring in my card blank, I've already trimmed mine down to size. But do you know what else I did, Joe? I did it a couple of times, and this time I took my little fussy scissors and I cut out the bauble, because do you know what I'm going to use? I thought you might be saying
glue.
I am indeed, Joe.
I was thinking it. Sorry, I was thinking it.
I know you were a mile away in those comments. That's what you want. You want all those comments.
You can have a chunky glue for free today, you know, Debbie. You can get chunky glue for free, absolutely. Because if you buy the Colla All-Purpose with the Taki Rumba glue, then you buy one of the 3D glue gel. We give you another 3D glue gel and the tools completely free of charge. Details are there on your screen. 20% now of a big stock has gone. $12.97 if you're in the UK, $22.39 if you're in the US. You've got pretty much all the glues you need there, haven't you, Debbie?
Absolutely. It's a real good kit that to have. Now I've just popped little bits. I'm using my little applicator, but you can just squeeze it straight out of the tube. Take your pokey tool just to knock that off. And what that is actually just going to do is just lift that off and give it almost an extra bit of a 3D layer. And then I know they've got a beautiful bow on there, but do you know what I thought might look really nice over it? Just to give it an extra little bit of an oomph is pop a real ribbon on there, and it's a nice little, I say goldy coloured, but it just gives that really nice finish. And then we've got some lovely sentiments on the show, Joe. These are those sentiments. This is a Merry Christmas sentiment, and what I've just done is cut the mat out in the black, and then I took the gold, and I say gold, a tiny little snippet of gold from the luxury gold collection there. Although you're not choosing, are you, Joe? You're getting it all.
No, you don't need
days.
to choose. You get red, green, gold, silver and blue. You get all of it.
Absolutely
you get 150
amazing.
sheets.
Now look how quick it is to put together, and if you see in the background I've actually used some of that gold as well, but it just really does turn that black piece of cardstock. We started off with, I know it's not that size, but we started off with a plain piece of black cardstock, and with the use of one embossing folder and that gilding wax, and this would look just as nice if you were to choose one gilding wax. If you only used one piece of gilding, you know, literally you're going to bring your card to life. That 3D feature is really going to come out because you're using and applying that gilding wax on the top of that. But just a real simple technique, but get a wow factor. Imagine handing that over to somebody this Christmas and they'd be like, wow, that's really nice, Debs. How did you do that? Tricks in the product that we have, Joe.
Absolutely it is, and it's all about you getting it now. Very, very busy for the cardstock assortment. Very busy for, as well, the 6x6 embossing folders. They are the star of the shows, really, along with the glue and the sentiments. Very busy across the board. Don't forget, over £30 or $30, you're going to get that free Christmas present from us to you, those clear overlays. I'll tell you more about that and give you a stock update in just a moment. I don't want you to miss out on the deals, but I also don't want you to miss out on all of Debbie's fabulous demonstrations. Now, there's a way in which you can do both. Here's the details of how you can watch and shop at the same time. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. All the details there of course, how you can watch and shop at the same time. Loads of you commenting along, lots of you very excited, saying that you've been up all night watching Sarah on HSN. She'll be back a little bit later this morning for you. Kian in Maryland saying she's been up all night watching that as well. So keep getting any questions that you might want to pop over in to us over on, of course, Facebook. Now, I need to let you know, I'm a bit concerned actually, because the clear overlay, they are our Christmas present from us to you. Every single day as we go through Christmas, there's going to be 2 weeks of Christmas shows. This is day 1 of 14 of Christmas, and every single day will give you a free Christmas present. It is your free gift. All you need to do is spend over £30 or $30 after your Club Inspired discount has been subtracted, and then the daily free gift will appear in your basket. However, it will only appear in your basket if, and I use the word if is the main word here, if there is stock available. At the moment of today's gift, 40% of this is already sold out and gone. That doesn't include everyone that's got this in their basket at the moment. If you want the free gift, I would definitely say do not hang around to our Monday Makers show later this evening, because I do not know if we will have any left at all. If it doesn't appear in your basket, then it has gone. It is very busy, and there's a lot of them in baskets that are waiting to check out at the moment. What I'd like you to do as well is just give you a little bit of a recap, because I know a lot of you are kind of ready or wanting to check out, but you want to make sure you haven't missed anything in the show. Nothing more frustrating than checking out and then seeing something you wish you would have seen before. So let's just do a recap of everything that's on this show. Up first is your 6x6 3D embossing festive folder collection. A fifth of the stock, was it? Fifth of the stock there has gone on that one. The next one we've got are those slightly narrower embossing folders. These are fantastic value here. $5.98 if you want to get this folder collection there. Now there's also, the end of that one is kit 7. Now there's another collection of those as well. There's a 4-piece collection on the website if you want to get those. They're kit 6. They have got the same name, but there's 4 embossing folders in that one. There's a wonderful sparkle pen collection for you as well. Now remember, because you're over the £30 or $1 spend there, you get those clear overlays included for you too, which is fantastic. But they're great value, as is 3 of your most popular collections. You've got the Gemini Christmas Sentiment die collection. These are always so busy. A fifth of the stock's gone here, and these are great because they're quite small. It means that you can just put them on anything, which is great. We've also got an ink pad collection for you. Now, Debbie has put together with the team a festive ink pad collection for you. So you've got colours in here which will work beautifully. You've got Silent Night, Plum Pudding, Pine Tree, Frosty Jade, Green Topaz, and you've got the Bordeaux in there as well. And that's going to work beautifully with your embossing folders, but with all of your festive crafting as well. A great saving on that, $22.46 in the UK today, $31.28 if you're in the US. There's a fantastic Essentials blending bundle. Now, we've changed this up a little bit, this one. So this one now, you get the mat included, which is wonderful for working with things like your sparklings. You've got the misters in there, you've got the brayer, and you've got the blending tool, as well as the refills for that blending tool as well. Very, very busy across the show. As I said, 40% already now of that free gift has got how much? Half of it's gone, and it's still in a lot of baskets as well. We have an exceptionally busy show this morning. What I wanted to find out from you, Debbie, and I'm going to ask all the viewers as well at home, is are you that person that gets all your Christmas shopping done in like September, October, or are you like me, that person that starts on about the 21st of December?
Can I just tell you, share a little insight into my mad world that I live in? I'm usually the one on Christmas Eve, running around, scurrying around, trying to get everything ready for Christmas. Shocking, I know, but it's just the way I am. There's only been one time in my life when I was utterly prepared and I'd had everything done by the 1st of December. Christmas cards wrote, everything bought for Christmas. And that was because my son, who's now nearly 24, was due on Christmas Day. So I had to get myself organised because I got our Tanya, my eldest daughter, and I thought there's no way, just in case anything goes wrong. So that's the one and only time in my entire life, and there's a fair few years of me, that I actually got prepared for Christmas. But usually I'm the last minute dash Lil running around trying to get everything from food.
That's what my mum says about everything last minute Lil. Lisa is saying, is your brayer soft or hard?
Oh, excuse me, well spotted. I've not even mentioned my brayer. Our brayer is a hard brayer. So it's, when I say hard, it's not as soft as some, because there's lots of different brayers that are out on the market. But ours is a really nice size one. It is going to cover quite a lot. And I'm going to do what we call our letterpress technique, which is one of my personal favourites. I've got two ways that I want to show you, with a negative and a positive, but I also want to show you the way that you can use it when it comes to our embossing with our watermarking as well. So I'm going to show you that last. What I'm going to do first of all, and I'm still stuck, Joe, on which one I actually want to use. I think I'm going to go with my plum pudding to show you this. Now, a letterpress technique with embossing folders is a very popular one. And what it does, depending on which side you're actually going to use when it comes to your embossing folder, and if we go back to the 3D embossing folder, remember, you've got that extra chunky little embossing folder here. It's made of that thicker plastic there. But again, and you'll see, I've actually wrote on the back again what it is, just in case, you know, ever somebody says to me, what embossing folder have you used, Debs? I've got it there to hand, because I don't keep packaging. It's terrible, I know, but I can't keep packaging. If I kept packaging, my craft room would look more than a stock room.
I don't keep packaging for anything.
No, not at all. So I just write little notes on the back.
That's too short, I say.
Absolutely. Now, depending on which side you want to create this, and I'm going to do both to show you, but this side is the raised side. This is the one that's got the indentations in. And remember, when you pop it together, that raised side is going to push through, and that's where you get your embossing detail from. I'm going to use some watercolour cardstock for this, because I am using our water reactive ink pad. Now, it is a little small pad, a little small embossing folder, 3x6, and I'm sometimes lazy and I go across with that straight away. However, I did want to show you with the brayer technique. When you do it with the direct pad over there, what you can do is sometimes get an uneven look to it, where it looks a little bit more, I don't want to say messier, because the technique is still as nice. However, when you apply a brayer to your ink pad, you get a more even coverage when you run that over. So what I'm just going to do first of all, Joe, and because this is a rather big brayer, I'm just going to apply in all areas, I'm only going to use a little bit of it, but what I'm just going to do then is just roll that across, and you can see straight away what that's doing. It's hitting the raised area. So what that's going to do when I put that through is give you a completely different look to how it's going to look in a moment, Joe. So I'm just going to give that a nice layer across there. In fact, shall we do it all in one go, Joe? We've got loads of time. Let's do it all in one go.
You
so I can show you.
That's what I say.
Exactly.
You're in charge.
Let's do it all in one go.
Like.
So again, I'm just going to move that around. I'm just applying the ink onto my brayer, and again, I'm just going all over. Now, like I said, you can take that straight across and go straight over. But what you get is you can almost see the swooshing effect onto your pad. Does that make sense, Joe?
Is that the technical term for it?
Swooshing, a swooshing mark, yes. But there's no right or wrong way. If you want a more even finish, then go in with your brayer because you get a more even finish and it applies slightly differently. But you can almost see straight away and I'm going to do exactly the same there for a second just to make sure I've got all the raised areas.
You've seen those ink pads at home. Debbie, how long have we been showing people those ink pads? 2-3 minutes?
Absolutely, yes.
20% of the ink pads have gone just in the last few minutes. We're having a very, very busy start to our Christmas event. I think it's that fabulous free present. That's what everyone wants, isn't it?
Absolutely, Joe. Now, I'm just going to pop that cardstock into there. Now, the trick is here when you're doing this technique is to close your folder and not move it. But you can see now, you're going to see the two different effects that we're going to get just by lifting that over. Can you see, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
That's what's going to happen because when that ink transfers over, that's exactly what that's going to do. Now, I'm bringing back in, because it is a 3D embossing folder, I'm going to pop that cutting plate down and then placing on my folder, sandwiching my folder with the magnetic shim, move you out of the way because I don't want you, and the plastic shim, and then again just run that through. Now don't forget these smaller folders, the 3x6 folders, will go through, my mini sat on the top here, but it will go through your Mini or your Gemini Go or your smaller machines if you own a smaller machine. But when we take this off, the difference that we're going to get now is, oh, look at that. That looks beautiful. That's where it's gone on to the indentation, so not on the raised part. But when you turn it over, that's the raised part. And look at that. You get a 2 for effect, a 2 for the price of 1 effect, depending on where you put your ink. And that is a great way. And do you know what you could do then, Joe? You could take your sparkle clear overlay, go over those snowflakes and create a nice little effect. Almost looks twinkling. Oh, do you know what? Absolutely. Oh, look at that. Oh,
could you also do with your water reactive? Could you do your faux sparkly snowy bleachy thing with that?
Absolutely, you can, Joe.
Is that the technical term for it?
The technical
faux sparkly snowy bleachy thing.
Absolutely. Now, if I just hold that up for a second, you can see that's where you've got the raised feature coming through, which is why it's all in white. And so what it's done is transferred the ink into the background. But when you turn it around, because the ink's on the other side, what it's going is into the indentations and leaving the raised element white. Again, a real fabulous technique that you can do with, and if you could just give me a second, Joe, while I clean this up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm then going to show you how to letterpress
loads
technique.
of comments to go through, Debbie, here. Stacey was saying that she shops all year long. I don't think that means, though, does that mean you're shopping for Christmas all year long? Just like me, you're shopping for candles and nice bedding and towels and things. Ray says, I get stuff all the year. I'm shopping the day after Christmas for the year after. That is preparation. Kian, she says that she starts in July and she's done by September. That's always lovely. Sally has already made all of her Christmas presents and she's made her Christmas puddings as well.
Wow.
How amazing. Will those go through the mini, says Carol? Yes, the smaller 3x6s will go through the mini. Shelby says she shops all year but ends up running around for the last minute things. Never fails. I think you're not alone there. Tammy says in San Diego she starts around July but then she forgets where she's hidden them and ends up buying them again. This happened at Christmas to me this year. I bought my housemate Stacey, I bought her tickets to go and see Russell Howard, who's a comic here in the UK that we both love, and he was coming to the town that I used to live in with Stacey. So I bought her tickets for that in like July, Debbie, and I thought, right, I'm done now. Put them away, didn't I? And then it got to the week before Christmas, I totally forgot about it. I went out and bought her a very expensive candle, and then like Christmas Eve, when I was like wrapping the candle, I thought, well, I can't, what can I do? And the thing was, then I thought to myself, well, I thought I'll be clever. I thought what I'll do is I'll keep them and I'll give her the tickets for her birthday. But the gig was in August and her birthday was in September, so I was a bit stuffed, to say the least. But I'm sure I'm not alone in doing that. Now I'm really sorry, but I don't think everyone's going to get the free gift. I really don't. 2/3 of the free gift has sold out and gone. All you need to do is make sure you've got £30 or $30 worth of product in your basket once your Club Inspired discount has come off, and it will appear. If it doesn't appear, it's sold out. But I can let you know that 2/3 of the stock has gone. We didn't have like 30 or 40 or 50 of these. We had hundreds and hundreds of these. So if you want it, I would say you've probably got, what's the time now? It's
12
midday.
o'clock.
I have a feeling these might go before the end of the show at this rate. That is how busy we are. Very busy on the Gemini Snow embossing folder collection as well. A lot of the stock's gone there. A quarter of the stock has gone there. The glues are busy. The paper's busy. It's really busy across the board. The 6x6s, a quarter of the stock's gone. I'll just quickly whiz you through what you get in the 6x6s. So you're going to get the festive pine. You're also going to get the holly bells. You're going to get the Christmas gift. There is a poinsettia wreath. You've got Yuletide decoration and Christmas by candlelight. Very busy on there. Right, the Christmas sentiment dies. These are cut for you. I'm just going to bring it in and show you. They make you those really gorgeous sentiments. Can you see that there? And they're great on a card project. Great when you need just a little sentiment. You don't want something too big. Wonderful on things like tags as well. Was it half the stock has gone there now? Oh, wowzers. So you've got Happy Christmas, you've also got Happy New Year, Merry Christmas and Season's Greetings as well in the same style of font. You get the topper and the matte layout cut as well. Right, I'm going to dive back into these comments. Any questions that you've got, now is definitely the time to get them into me. Debbie, are you ready for your next demo?
I am. So we're back to that letterpress technique where you've just seen me do this with the inks. So this is that lovely background one, and then that's the one that goes into the indentations. What you can actually do as well is do the same technique with your embossing powders. So I've taken a gold embossing powder, I've taken a strip that fits into my folder, couldn't remember it, my twinkling snowflake one, because I'm going to use exactly the same one. But what I'm going to do now, Joe, is I'm going to use our watermark translucent clear. This is for
I think Sophie on Facebook must have been reading your mind, you know, because she commented a couple of minutes ago, can Debbie show us a technique using the pigment ink pads?
Well, yes, if
and
she'd
here
have,
they are.
Yes, if she'd have not, do you know what? I should have said, make sure you clean your brayer.
Oh no, have you got a mucky brayer?
I've got a mucky translucent
What are you
clear.
like?
I know, what am I like? So I'm going to go in and I'm going to do that swooshing across. And again, different style, different technique, whichever one you want it to be. I'm going into the part where it's raised. So when I'm just popping that across, this is your sticky ink, and literally just swoosh that across. And then this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to place in my black cardstock. So I'm going to pop that onto the top there and just layer that inside. Fold that up and do exactly the same that we've been doing all the way along. 3D embossing folder, combination cutting plate, sandwich your your folder with your magnetic sheet and then your plastic shim. Run that through your Gemini. Don't forget though, these 3x6 will go through your Mini and also through your Gemini Go 2. Now this is the same technique, it's just that you're using embossing powders now. Now you could cheat. You could use the pigment ink pads that we have. Our opaque pigment ink pads are a sticky ink, so you could use those as well and just run some clear embossing powder. Because I wanted me gold, I've used a clear, translucent clear watermark pad with my gold embossing, but you can get the same effect when it comes to, I can see that beautiful embossed detail, but the one I want this time is the reverse, and this is where all the sticky ink is and where it's living. So I'm just going to bring in a piece of white paper or white, any just excess, it's just to catch my embossing powder. So I'm going to sprinkle that all the way along, okay? So we're going to, it's beautiful, look at this, just chuck that down. I think I might have got a few bits from my craft map from earlier on when I were at home. However, just give that a little tap, and I say a little tap, because what this has actually done now is caught not only the background, but the indentations as well. Now, before I start heat embossing, and not like I did yesterday in my craft room, and guess what I ended up doing, Joe?
Oh, you didn't put your heat,
I put my heat tool on.
In your powder?
Oh, and the powder went everywhere.
Oh,
so from
no.
my nice clean craft table that I made for myself, ended up being covered in gold powder. Hence why I've only got half of my pot left, because the rest of it is all over my craft table. These are the things that you learn as you go along. Now, another little tip, if I may just mention, is when you're popping on your heat tool, and this is one from craft room, but it depends which heat tool you've got. Let that that warm up a little bit. Now, don't be sticking your hand in front of it like I'm doing. But what I'm just saying is you need to let this get to its optimum heat before you place it over your embossing powder. And just get that to the right temperature and then hold that. And again, just place that over the top and then watch that melting action. I love this. I just think one of these techniques.
There was a special word for it, you know, and someone
Is
told
there a
Tony
proper word for
Tony
it?
Darrett told me the word once that it's called as it goes from being a powder to a liquid to a solid. There's a special word. She told me it, and then she forgot it, and I forgot it. And now I must remember it.
Because what he's actually doing is melting that the embossing powder into, and it almost like it's got enamelled look. It's a real beautiful enamel look. Have you noticed as well? I'm not doing this, Joe. I'm not shaking it like an hairdryer over my hair.
No.
I'm keeping it still until it catches. And what it does is solidifies. It actually just looks sensational. Look
really
at the difference already.
Eleanor's having a bit of a family crisis, she's let me know. She did tell me earlier, shout out to her 5-year-old son that tried to make her a card and ended up with glue in his hair. She said it's all turned into a bit of a nightmare. She said it was a good job that he was due a haircut. Now she's come back on and let me know, sorry, my husband is making a mess with my little boy's hair, so I'm going to have to go. Have a good day, everyone. I'll watch you back later.
Bless her.
Bless.
DIY haircuts.
DIY. Oh, I've seen some shockers, haven't you, Debbie?
Joe, DIY. I mean, I am due to do my fringe again because it's literally getting to a point now. This will be the second time I've done it, but can I just tell you? The best hair scissors in the world. These are fabulous. They do a really cracking job. So that's what's going to be my job tonight, apart from touching up. Because I've turned into a DIY hairdresser cutting.
Give yourself a...
I'm going to give it another zhuzh of purple. It's going to have another bit of purple into it. I've turned into a DIY nail technician. Been doing my own nails as well. I saw some comments over the weekend on social media, as you do. People thinking that us as craft demonstrators have been sneakily going into nail salons and that. There's no nail salons open. These are what I bought from Sainsbury's, stick-on nails, and I bought myself a gel kit, and I've done my own DIY nails. So I've got my own sparkly nails.
You've become very resourceful under lockdown, Debbie.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
we've just heard, I don't know if it is true fact, but apparently, like the bit that obviously we all want to know, you know, forget about the barbers and the hairdressers, the pubs might be opening soon, which is, you know, has cheered me up no end.
Ooh, I see. It's nice that it's lifting, but we do have to do it in safety, in measured, and I think that's the key to all of this.
Pint measures now, I'm going to be doing it in 2 weeks' time.
Can I just take a closer look now at what that's done? So that letterpress technique that I've just done using our sticky ink, but our watermark translucent clear ink pad, which is perfect for your embossing powders. I chose just one of mine from my stash, a nice gold one, but look what that's done, that letterpress technique. It's got that beautiful enamelled finished over, and so I thought, do you know what, Joe, I'm going to make another quick card. I've already been busy. I was busy in my craft room last night.
What now? What did you call it?
What's that?
What did you call the style of card?
A triptych.
Triptych. Oh, is that when you put it in 3 panels?
3 panels, yes. A triptych card, yes.
Stacey's got the right idea about Christmas shopping. And do you know, I don't, other than my mum, my dad and my brother, I don't really buy dedicated Christmas gifts for people unless I see something I really like for someone. And it might be someone that never buys me a present, but if I see something that I like, I think, oh, so, you know, that person would love it, then I normally would give them a present, but wouldn't expect one back. Stacey's got the right idea. She says if I see something that is perfect for someone, I buy it then. Also, if someone says they like something, I keep an eye out and I see if I can get a great deal on something I like. I know someone else will too. That's always a great way of doing it.
That's a great tip.
Carol says if you're sitting on the fence on whether to buy the 6x6 embossing folders, get them. They are gorgeous, is what she has to say. And everyone is doing that as well at the moment. I think if you were just saying, you know what, maybe at the moment, Debbie, you're saying to yourself, I don't want to break the bank, but I do want to just treat myself to just a little bit of something crafty. It's going to give me a bit more, you know, inspiration. Get me juices flowing again in the craft room. $5.98 or $6.90 is a very, very minimal investment to get yourself something new, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely, Joe. Now look at this triptych effect that I've done now by popping it into 3 panels, and I repeated that process another 2 times to get this. What I've also done, Joe, and we've got some sensational stamps on the show today, and this is just part of this kit. Let me just see if I can bring this up, Joe, to show you. This is part of, wait a minute, because there's loads. Is this a bundle as well, Joe? Can I just check with you? These stamps, are these a bundle?
You get all 4 collections. Do you want to see them?
Oh, these are gorgeous.
Do you want to see the ones you're getting?
And what I'll do is, while you're showing them, I'm just going to stick it down onto my cardstock. So again, I'm just going to use my chunky glue.
So
I'll let you do that, Joe.
You've got this one here. This is Merry Christmas, and it's got all of your really usable ones on here. Happy New Year, eat, drink, and be merry. Merry, even. You've got those ones. Yeah, that's my Christmas anyway. And then you've got this collection here, which is Warm Wishes. And again, this is all more sort of scrolly font, a bit more sort of traditional Christmas. You've got then your one here, which is your Winter Wishes, which is all very sort of traditional sentiments, wonderful for the inside of your cards as well. And then finally, the last one that you've got here is It's Christmas Time. And so again, really lovely sentiments, or the greatest season of all. You get all of them for $17.97 or $23.85. You're buying 3, we're giving you 1 for free. And was it a third of the stock has gone there? A third of the stock of that one has gone as well. Great, really, though. That's all your stamping taken care of for Christmas, really, isn't it, Debbie?
Absolutely. Now, Joe, by adding that sentiment, it's a beautiful, big, and I said verse, but look what the difference that's just done to that. And I've just added a couple of little snowflakes that I've added in my stash as well. But again, we've transformed that piece of black cardstock, literally black cardstock, into something really fabulous just by a simple technique, and again something really lovely. We always talk in the world of craft that our embossing folders are underrated. They should not be underrated by any way, shape or form, because look what you can do with an embossing folder, and that is from that beautiful 3x6. Small, but it packs a punch, Joe. It really does.
Can you do the embossing technique with the deboss side, or can you only do it with the emboss side?
No, well, this one is with that deboss side.
That's the deboss side.
Absolutely.
So what
it's getting that two for the price of one. Yeah. You get the emboss raised detail, but the deboss is that indentation, and you can use either side. So you could use the raised, or you could use the indentation.
Might be nice then to have the outside panel embossed and the inner panel debossed if you want to. Or you could play with it and play around with it like that, however you want to. Now, so you've got 2 different collections here for you in the 6x3. You've got the snow one first, which is a 3. You've got the 4-piece one, which is the 4 folders along the bottom that you're getting. There's another one which is the 3-piece one as well. Everyone barring a couple of you, is going for all of them. So really fantastic. Let me just show you some of the idea of the sort of things that you can do. A third of the stock of that collection there on your screen has gone. But here, again, really different effects, depending on the kind of cardstock that you use, whether you're inking these, whether you're going to put toppers on them, whether you're using it as your background, or maybe it's going to be, I love the bells on there, maybe it's going to be the focal point as the Santa one is here. I love what this has been done, almost like a faux ribbon that you've got on here as well, and then actually using them as panels to create something much larger. Very craftable, very usable. We'll go through all of your Gemini machines, including the Go and the Mini, so you're going to be able to use them for loads of different things. I need to go back to the cardstock. I'm going to try not to talk about this too much now, because I know we're getting into a point where that Christmas gift is very, very low. Now, I want to take you through the cardstock. Our luxury cardstock is always so popular because what you get is you get 30 sheets, all exactly the same colour. So what you're getting is you're getting the glitter. You're also getting then the mirror, which is fantastic, and you're getting the matte mirror. 30 sheets in each. Now, it's a 250 GSM. That means it's really great and versatile for a whole host of different projects. A quarter of this collection has gone because what you're getting is you're getting the red. This is just true Christmas red, isn't it? Do you know that Christmas never used to be red? You know, it used to be green. Do you know what changed it?
No.
So basically, Father Christmas or Santa Claus, whatever you call him from wherever you are, he was always green traditionally.
Really?
Until Coca-Cola did an advert and made Santa Claus red. And actually, it was life imitating art, because now he's red because of Coca-Cola. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Is that a true story,
It's a true story. That's a true story, yeah. So you're going to get it in the beautiful red. So a lot of people, I think, across Europe and Northern Europe, more so, Father Christmas is definitely red in the US, and he's definitely red here in the UK. But in a lot of sort of continental Europe, especially Northern Europe, he's still green, Debbie. So that's why. You're also going to get it in the gold, which is just beautiful the whole year through. You're going to get it also in that silver, which I know Debbie loves, that silver one. I'm struggling to hold them. You get so much here. You get, And also, let me try and get this 5th one in as well. And you get the blue one as well. It's 150 sheets in total for £37.46 or £59.80. Don't forget as well, you can use your Club Inspire discount in conjunction with that as well. So you're getting anywhere from 5 all the way up to 20% off. Now, I need to have a big word with you. The Christmas present, as we're calling it, your free gift, which is on all our orders over £30 or $30. It says that, doesn't it? Can you see what it also says in the bottom left corner as well? While stocks last. The stocks are not going to last because 80% of this has gone already. That means people that have had it in their baskets and have totally checked out. You've got 20% remaining. If you want to order and get the free gift, and why wouldn't you? Because the clear sparkle overlay is amazing, and also it's worth £12.99 or $16.95. You need to spend £30 or $30 after discount to get it, but it's not going to last the rest of this show, I don't think. If it's in your basket, definitely think about getting that checked out. Just want to give you one last mention as well of the water reactive inks. I know Debbie was very keen to put these together, this collection, and get it on the show for you. 20% of this has gone now, $22.46 in the UK, $31.28 in the US. In the US, that would also get you that gift whilst the stock lasts. A great product that works so well with that is, of course, your Spectrum Noir Essentials Blending Bundle. You've got the matte in here, the misters, the brayer, and the rectangle blending tool within there as well. £20 or $29. Right, I know you've got so much more you want to share with us, Debbie. I'm going to dive back into these comments. Deborah says, oh, she's really blowing smoke up in my direction today, which I love. Joe, so much knowledge. You're not just a pretty face.
Oh,
isn't that lovely, Debbie?
Oh, you've got a gorgeous face, Joe. You really have got a beautiful face. Your smile can light up a room. It does. What was that?
I said it makes up for the rest of it.
Get away, you're beautiful inside and out, and all shapes, size, no matter what you are, every little bit of you is gorgeous.
Thank
and
you,
I'm not
Debbie.
the only one who agrees, because I know all of you watching agree too. It's been lovely, lovely. I mean, I can't even imagine what it was like without you now, Joe. Feels
it
like
feels, do you know
honestly,
what?
and it's only been 6 months.
It's not even been 6 months.
Has it not been 6 months?
I started at the end of January, so February, March, April, May, 4 and a bit months.
Wow, feels like you've been here forever.
I can't remember. My life is AC and BC, before Crafter's Companion and after Crafter's Companion.
Dear Joe, and we, you know, well, honestly, we would be lost without you now.
Oh,
we really would be lost without you. Now, I just want to touch on another different technique. Now, I love craft metal. I talk about it ever such a lot. I'm starting to dwindle. I've had to start researching the internet, trying to find it everywhere. But craft metal is one of my features. But do you know what I thought? We've got some gorgeous cardstock on the show. So the effect that I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some embossing, and then I'm going to use alcohol markers. Now, they're not on the show, but they are on the website, and I know a lot of you have already got these. You've been watching Colour Me Happy, and you've been doing all those different techniques. I just want to show you a different way that you can use them when it comes to your embossing folders. So I've taken some of this gorgeous, this is from the silver, an absolutely beautiful silver mirror card there. You can see that high shine. This is luxury quality cardstock. I cannot believe that price for all of that cardstock. It's an incredible price, and it's something that I use personally a lot of. Now, going back to the 3D, and again, this time I'm using the poinsettia wreath from that first selection that we have. Again, the raised element is on this side, and you always, if you're ever unsure when it comes to an embossing folder, run your fingers across and you can actually feel that raised embossing detail. And when you put your finger in this one, you can feel the groove, so the indentation is on this side. You can always tell which one it is. So if you remember that the raised is going to push through your cardstock, and because this is mirror on this side and white on this side, I want it to be pushed through onto the coloured side. So I've put the white on top of that raised, so that I know that when this folds up, it's gonna push through that. Does that make sense again, Joe? I hope that did. I hope that was clear. Now again, going back to that 3D combination, again, I'm just placing this on the top, folding between.
Debbie,
uh-oh. Stop the press, what?
Shut the front door.
Uh-oh.
Shut the back door.
Uh-oh.
Get your chestnuts off the barbecue.
Get your what off?
Get your chestnuts off the barbecue and take your plum puddings out of the microwave, because someone's going to be riding a reindeer up the street naked soon, because 90% of the free gift has gone. We are nearly in a position where there's more of you with it in your basket than we have stock available. If you want this, please, I implore you to check out your basket. You need to check out right now. Sorry, Debbie, I just didn't want anyone to miss out.
No, it's fine. And I had got my last demonstration. I'll probably just use my sparkle pens. I'll be fine, Joe, because I don't think I'm going to get that far. However, can I just show you now? Look at that beautiful embossed detail. Can you see how gorgeous that raised element is? And that's pushed through. So I've got all the emboss on that beautiful cardstock. So I'm going to place that there. Now I've taken a few different colours here. I've got some red, I've got some greens, I've got some purples. And what I'm going to do now is what a lot of people don't realise you can do. It works perfectly on craft metal, but it also works on top of your shiny mirror card as well. I knew you were going to burst into song then, Joe. I knew you were going to burst into song. But what I'm going to do is I'm just taking this is a gorgeous red, this one. This one is lipstick red. But I'm just going to place that and colour over the top. So literally, this is another fabulous way that you can use your Again, we talk about embossing folders being underrated. Never take for granted what an embossing folder can do for you in crafting, but think of all the different mediums that you are enabling to use to get this gorgeous effect. So we've already touched on gilding wax. What else have we touched on? Inks for the letterpress. We've touched on inks with the letterpress, embossing through the letterpress technique as well. So these are just some of the ways that you can use this. Now you're just going to use that raised feature on that embossing folder to follow this around so you know exactly where you're colouring. And again, it's just a great technique and a very simple one. And one that people don't think you can do because they're thinking, well, it's alcohol pens and it's sitting on the top beautifully of that mirror card. And again, I'm just going to carry on. Let me just do another little, let's grab a green. So let me tap and do a little bit. Oops, hang on a minute, Debbie. That's a poinsettia petal. Let's pop that there. Going again, following the lines. Because you've got that raised detail, and again now let's just go and do some of these beautiful holly pieces as well. I love this effect. It's one of my favourite techniques, Joe.
You've got too many favourite techniques, Debbie.
I have.
I'm going to send the favourite technique police round to your house because you've got way too many favourites. I feel like we need to draw on some kind of list so you could say this is my 434 favourite technique.
It's too hard, Joe, because I love our things.
Maybe you can have favourite techniques for like every product. Then maybe it'll be your favourite.
That's a better idea. I know, because I do. You know what I'm like, Joe. I am passionate about my crafting. I love crafting. The fact that I get to do it for a living is just a bonus. But yeah, it's just I do have lots of favourites. I've always loved embossing folders, Joe, always loved them. And I'll tell you why I've always loved embossing folders. Thanks to Crafter's Companion. When I first started crafting, I just used to do paper kits. And then went into the world of stamping. And then I remember Crafter's Companion bringing, and I'm going back sometime now here, and there'll be lots of people watching that'll know what I'm talking about, Embossalicious. That's what they were called, Embossalicious folders.
Try saying that after a few cherries.
But an Embossalicious. And lots of different embossing folders. And that is where my love affair with embossing folders took over. And it's all thanks to Leanne and Sarah, because that's who we used to watch demonstrating them.
Free gift, Debbie, down to less than 40 of the free gift available. And it's in a lot of baskets. In fact, less than 25 now. You're checking out in your droves. Loads of people saying, Hannah's asking, do the pens smudge on the mirror card or will they dry okay?
No, you let them dry and they'll be fine. You can let them dry and they'll be absolutely fine. I'll show you the one that I've done on craft metal in a minute. I'm just carrying on doing a bit of colouring.
No problem at all.
Absolutely.
Can you do that with any alcohol markers or only the Crafter's Companion ones? Sophie.
Any alcohol markers. Yeah, any alcohol markers.
Beth is asking, when I first started crafting, someone said to use tin foil instead of craft metal.
Absolutely.
Attach it to the back of cardstock, apparently.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what you do. You get some white stamping card, You get, and in fact,
You
just
love
stay
that
there a
stamping
moment.
card. You're obsessed with that
I'm
stamping card.
I am obsessed
it's on
with
the
stamping
show
cards.
today if you want to stock up on it, by the way.
I am obsessed with stamping cards. You get your white stamping card, Joe, and you spray it with the stick and stay. You let it go tacky, about 30 to 40 seconds to let it go tacky, and then you apply tin foil, regular tin foil over the top, and let that attach so it sticks to it. Cut it down to size, run it through, and you have definitely indeed got your own, almost very similar to craft metal, not the same consistency, but a very, very similar effect. So yes, that's exactly what you can do. It's our Jan that showed me how to first use it, because I literally I use craft metal all the time. It's one of my favourite things. I use a bit of pewter as well. Pewter's like a soft craft metal.
Pewter?
Yeah, pewter. That's down to Caroline, an old colleague of mine who used to work at Crafters Companion at the Chesterfield store. Her speciality was pewter craft. And I used to watch a lot of what she did with it, and it's very similar to craft metal, but it's got a lovely soft, bendable, pliable feature to it. Now I could carry on doing that, Joe. You can see, if I just come in close so you can see that effect, it looks absolutely stunning. Let me just hold that there for a second. But when you get that all done and finished, and let me just bring it in. Now this is on my craft metal. That's exactly the same, but I've just finished all the colouring, and I had to have some kind of purple in this, Joe. I really were going to go with a gold bow, but I thought, no, I'm having purple. But this embossing folder is absolutely stunning. You've got all this, what we call like an empty space area around it, with the main feature being that embossed detail there in the middle. However, you could snip this out. You could attach it onto like front of your cardstock, whatever it is that you like to do. But again, just another little way that you can use it.
Could you fussy cut and decoupage up the flowers if you want to? Like,
Absolutely.
add like another layer on there.
Absolutely, you can.
I don't know what's going on with my hair, Debbie, but finally, I think that lockdown has finally got to it. Because I did have a little bit of a self-trim going on, tidy the sides up.
Have you tried to tidy it
but
up?
the front just keeps going floppy. You know, like your auntie at a wedding when she's been dancing too long and her fringe has gone a bit sweaty and it sticks to her head.
That's me.
That's me. Is that you?
That's me, yeah.
That's how I feel.
It gets flatter and flatter.
That's how I feel today, like my fringe is a bit stuck to my forehead. I don't know what's going on. Lots of you commenting along still very... busy. Holly says, whoop, whoop, Chesterfield, don't live far from there. Well, once we're all back to normal and our shops are back open again, Holly, you should pop yourself along to the Chesterfield store.
It's at Dobby's Garden Centre in Balborough. So it's not actually in Chesterfield. Who was that was asking the question?
Holly.
Holly, yep, so Holly, lovely Christmas name there. But yes, Barbara. So on the what do they call it, Barbara?
Holly or Barbara? Hang on, I'm confused.
Oh, sorry, Barbara. It's Barbara.
Oh, I thought you were saying Barbara.
No, Barbara is where it is. It's at Dobby's Garden Centre. In the unit, there is a very large Chesterfield. There's a very large Crafters Companion store there, which is where I first started my journey with Crafters Companion. It really is.
How long ago did you start working there?
It's nearly 4 years now, Joe.
Wowzers.
I went along. I saw an advert on Facebook. True story. This saw an advert on Facebook. I actually thought it said, "Come along and see what it is about, like being on design team, being a demonstrator, blah blah blah." It actually turned out it were an interview. But I didn't realise it was I thought it was just an open day. It wasn't. It was a recruitment day. But to my good fortune, I went along to go and see what it was all about. And I ended up working. Yep, exactly.
And here you are now wearing a Christmas t-shirt in June.
Exactly, yeah. Well, I mean, I am living the life. Oops, let me go the right way. There you go. Now, can you see that beautiful effect? That's just another way of using. And I've used those lovely sentiments again. Well, I'm going to call you Charlie then. Don't even ask me where Charlie's come from.
I don't even think. Charlie, that is.
I think you don't like Crate and Craft Charlie though. I don't even know where that came from.
Witty. Maybe that's what it is, Debbie.
Get away with you. These are those lovely sentences again, and I've just backed that onto some of that lovely red cardstock and used it and snipped it down. I actually cut them in half to create that lovely Happy Christmas. But how fabulous is that?
Really, really gorgeous. Now you'll be able to make cards just like that if you get your hands on these products. Right, I want to give you some stock updates. It's very, very busy, so I need to let you know what's happening. Oh, it's our crafty Christmas, it is indeed. This is a 6x6 collection. In here, you got festive pie and holly bells, Christmas gift, poinsettia wreath, Yuletide decoration, and Christmas by candlelight. A third of a big festive stock has gone there. We've also got the Gemini Festive Embossing Folder collection for you. This is a 4-piece one. $8.97 or $11.97. This one's a third of the stock gone. The other option in this as well is also a third of the stock gone. Everyone going for both of these. $5.98 or $6.90 gets you the other three there. Those three are Snowflake Splendor, Snowboarders, or Twinkling Snowflakes. Now the sentiment dies, really busy here also. 80% of these have gone. These will sell out before the end of this show, I'm pretty confident. $8.97 or $10.77 if you want to go for those. The stamps are doing very well. Was it 47 pence per stamp or 57 cents per stamp? Amazing. Shut the front door, shut the back door, pull on your cracker and warm your chestnuts. That's how amazing that deal is. I'm going to have fun with these this festive shut the front door, back door situation. $17.97, $23.85. Half of that was it that's gone. Wow, very busy across this first Christmas show for you. Now the next deal, it's a no-brainer, it really is. It is a really comprehensive essential glue collection. 40% of this stock's gone. This wasn't just a Crafters TV stock, this was a site-wide stock that we've pulled together for this glue bundle. We thought we'd have enough of this glue special to last the week. However, 40% of it has now gone. $12.97, $22.39. You get the Taki Taki Roomba glue, you get the all-purpose, you get 2 of the chunky glue and the chunky tools as well. Fantastic deal there. The water reactive festive ink pad collection, so busy here. Easy to see why, because normally, right, to give you a 25% saving on ink pads, we'll bring you a 29-piece collection maybe, and we'll give you a quarter off of each of them because you've bought 29 together. For this Christmas event here, we're doing 6 ink pads and we're still giving you a quarter off. I don't know how we're doing that. $22.46 or $31.28. 40% of a big festive stock has gone. I think we're going to have a very busy week, you know, here on Crafters TV. Tomorrow, during launch party, we'll have the world launch of product for you. You won't have seen it at HSN. You won't have a chance to get it at Create and Craft till the weekend. We are launching it here exclusively as part of your Crafters TV, Crafters Christmas event. Right, I want to give you the chance to check out because it is very, very busy. So whilst you do that, let's recap all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there, of course, of Club Inspire, which is a fantastic way to get even more pennies off of your from all of your crafty shops that you complete here with us at Crafters Companion. Right, loads of you still commenting along. Carol says, "Oh, she slept in today. She just joined us later. It's lovely to have your company." Remember, as well as with all of our Crafters TV shows here, you can always watch the whole thing back over on our website. It's very simple and easy to do that. crafterscompanion.whereveryouare.com.co.uk.eu. Right, I know we don't have too long left, but I know Debbie's got another demonstration she's really keen to share with you, and so I'm going to hand you back over.
Well, talking of embossing, we've covered lots of different materials at the moment. We've done black cardstock, black matte cardstock. We've done some mirror card where we've got that lovely effect, like the craft metal effect that I love so much. What else have we got, Joe? I'm trying to think of all the different things. We're doing heat embossing, but there's lots of different things that you can emboss. I've actually, I've fetched one of my little offcuts, what I do on my Gemini shows down at Create and Craft. I've got a bag full. When I say a bag full, you ought to see me boot. I've got this great big envelope of all my offcuts, because what I do is with my offcuts, I give them to like schools and like places like that want to use offcuts rather than throwing them away. But I delved one of my little leather butterflies out because I'm going to show you what you can actually do on. I've actually fetched some acetate as well, so I've got some heavyweight acetate that I'm going to show you how to emboss on. But one of my favourites is vellum. I love vellum. Now this is our vellum from our range. You'll find this on the website, even though it's not on the show today, but showing you that you can actually emboss onto vellum directly and then colour it in, and you get a really beautiful effect again. So when we look at the embossing folder again, this one I'm going back to this gorgeous Yuletide decoration just because of the intense detail. You can see all that embossed detail and how fabulous that looks. And again, because it's on both sides the same, it doesn't really matter, but if you want to remember when you're using coloured things, that's the bit that's going, the raised bit is going to push through, and if you just remember, Gemini's on the back of the raised bit that's going to give you that embossing. So I'm going to place that into the middle. Now again, sandwiching that in, we're going to do exactly the same combination that we've done all the way along, and then again, sometimes, let me just tell you about 3D embossing. Sometimes you can get away with this combination, cutting plate and the plastic shim. You get a nice distribution of embossing. However, when you want that full 3D oomph embossing, that's why you bring in the magnetic shim. So of course you have. It's just depending on what you want and what effect you want to go with, and you'll know with the different materials that you use how to tweak it. But if you just remember, those are your 3 plates that you need when it comes to 3D embossing. I absolutely love this. Onto vellum, it looks incredible. Let me just hold that up. Look at all that beautiful 3D embossing, from your first layer of embossing, which is these beautiful snowflakes, to that second layer of embossing, which is all this detail, to that third layer of embossing, which is all those beautiful, I was going to call them cherries. I've got cherries on brain, Joe. Berries.
Have you got cherries for lunch?
I have got some cherries, yeah. I've got them in my car ready for travelling back down.
Laura's got cherries for lunch.
Oh, I love cherries.
Season?
And it's starting to come back into that season for cherries. I always remember, because it's around my daughter's birthday and she's June 16th, and I always remember that.
You can get them on the side of the road sometimes. I don't know if you can get them on the side of the road up here. When I used to live in Cambridgeshire as well, we used to have the best asparagus in the world in Cambridgeshire, and it was just literally, like, it'd just be on the side of the road, and you'd literally put your money in the pot and take a bunch. Oh, it was delicious.
Right, because it's, do you know what it gives you? It gives you that, like, do you know that white detail that you get when we talk about pergamano and what's the word I'm looking for now, Debbie? Because I've completely lost my train of thought there.
What were you saying? Pergamano? I
can't remember the name of it. Clarity, do it. I'm trying to think what it's called.
Let's all stop.
Someone come into the comments and help me.
Let's all just stop a moment. Let's channel our positive mental energy towards Debbie. I don't know what she's on about, Laura, but she's going to find the word in a minute.
Well, you follow your groovy boards. What do they call it? That?
Parchment.
Oh, my days.
Parchcraft.
Parchment. Oh. Thanks. Why have I forgotten parchment craft? I love parchment craft. What am I like? Exactly what am I like? It gives you that white line detail that you get from parchment craft onto vellum.
Laura's still got no idea what we're on about.
Does she not? Bless her little heart. I'll have to introduce her into that world. When the shop's open, I'll show you, Laura, I'll show you.
Very effective, but something that we don't do a lot of, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now, what I'm just doing, Joe, is I've just taken one of our water reactive pads, and I'm just going to literally now go across. Now, you can use use any of those gorgeous colours. That beautiful Christmas selection that I've made, I've tried to keep it quite Christmassy looking, you know, with the different colours in there. But obviously, with the things how things are at the moment, I can't choose me absolute all-time favourite colours in there. But the colours that I have chose will work equally as well on this technique. And I've just literally used our ink applicator, because Debbie can't remember what they're called.
Dauber.
Dauber, thank you very much.
Not a dabber, which is different.
No.
Because a dabber's what you do at the bingo, but it's also what kids do, isn't it?
It is. Now look at that. That detail has come out even more. But what I'm actually going to do now is bring in my sparkle pens. And you're probably thinking, you're colouring onto vellum with sparkle. I can see me. It's almost like a little workout.
Shake your sparkle.
I bet I'll just keep that there, because other things are shaking at the moment while I'm jiggling away. So I'll just keep them in the front there. Now again, let me just bring out this. But what you're going to do is just take and literally paint across there. And it is just a really lovely technique. But what you're getting now is that beautiful vellum look. And then we're adding a spot of sparkle onto the top just by going across. Now, I'm not going to colour it all in, Joe, but I'm going to do quite a little bit just to show you what I mean, to give you that nice, lovely effect.
So many people in the comments are like, parchment craft, parchment craft, parchment craft. The problem is with the comments on Facebook, you know, they're delayed slightly. So there's a slight lag between us saying something and then you hearing it, so that's why it always comes through afterwards. But it's funny because like 40 seconds later everyone's commenting the thing. Stacey was asking as well, what is parchment craft? Parchment crafting, if I'm right, Debbie, isn't it? It's like a fine ball tool,
yes,
and parchment, and then you can either do it like freehand over a rubber mat,
yep,
is that the kind of thing?
Exactly.
Or you can buy like boards, a little bit like our Ultimate Pro that you trace around. Is that right?
That's exactly what it is, Joe. Absolutely spot on. That's exactly what that technique is. Just Debbie couldn't remember.
Oh. Just want to recap that sparkle pen deal for you. It's really, really busy. You get all three of these collections I'm showing you here. So you've got this one here. Now in there you've got Linen, Peach Tree, Sea Spray, very posh names, Magnolia, Cornflower Blue and the Pistachio. In this one, which is the Autumn Winter, you've got the Smoke Quartz, the Olive Jade, the Starry Sky, the Holly Leaf and the Red Berry. And then in this one here, you've got the Vintage Tones, and that one's going to give you Teacup, Macaroon, Biscuit, Sage, Peony and Fig as well. So definitely great to get those if you can. I'm hearing that the free gift is hanging on by a thread. We're making loads of frantic phone calls to see if we can get any more basically for the later show, or maybe if we can get something else added for the later show. So it'll be worth tuning back into the later show to see if we've managed to do that or not. But if you definitely want to guarantee that you're going to be able to get that free gift, you need to order in this show, is what I'd say. Oh, yeah, what are they called, the red bits?
Berries.
Are they holly berries though?
Holly berries? I would call them cherries, weren't I? But holly berries.
Holly berries.
Holly
okay.
berries.
Nothing to do with Halle Berry. That's different. It's a different thing.
Oh, I watched a film with Halle Berry on other night.
Pamela's come up with the lovely Pam Craven in Berkshire's come up with a lovely idea. We love Pam. She always comments in our show. She always sends us great pictures. As well. She makes some fabulous things that she sends us photos of. She says, Debbie, if you take the embossing tool and lightly emboss on the back into the flowers or the bow, then you will get the great white colour.
Absolutely,
I don't know what that means, but Pamela says, when I do parchment craft, I colour on the back too.
Yep.
And the colour blend pencils and blending solutions always work super well with it. It's
absolutely, and that's exactly what you can do, Joe, with this one. I'm doing it on the front because I want to have a more dramatic feature to this embossing detail. But Pam is absolutely spot on, correct in how you can do that. You can take your colour blend pencils. You can take your aqua blend pencils. You can, and don't forget this is a water-based product, and you're probably thinking, really, onto vellum? Won't it make it go soggy or bitty or a bit? No, not at all. But you can take that detail and do it round the back. So Pam is absolutely spot on, correct there. That's just another way that you're going to be able to use this technique with the vellum.
Mary, every time anyone mentions a colour blend pencil, Mary in Tennessee, boom, she's in there. I love those colour blend pencils. She's obsessed with them. She uses them on her parchment crafts too. You know the little expression dies that we've got? They're super useful, these, aren't they, Debbie?
Oh, they are.
There's only 10% of those left, by the way. They're limited stock now. They're going to be gone in the next few minutes. So if you want them, please be quick for those, which is fantastic.
Right, Joe. Now look at that. How beautiful does that look with that beauty? I wish I could get in really close to show you the sparkle. However, can I show you what I did with the one that I've left? Because you need to let it dry. So that's the most important thing.
Ooh.
And you let that dry, and that's the effect. Now, I didn't use my sparkles on this one. I actually used the aqua tints, because I thought, you know, I've got 2 different mediums, 2 different effects. And what I did, I took my applicator and went back over in the middle to really emphasise that. Do you know what else you could do, Joe? Get your gilding wax over just a little bit more. Shall we do that? Let's grab a little bit. I took one of my little things. And then what I want to show you is some different materials that you can also emboss onto just to finish off. Now, again, honestly, gilding wax is just incredible. I love gilding wax. I will never tire of putting gilding wax onto anything because it's just beautiful. And on vellum, it gives a soft sheen. So do you know on black, it really quite emphasises it, but on vellum, it gives a beautiful soft sheen. Not too much, Joe, not too much at all. But again, very versatile.
As Gina G would say, ooh, just a little bit.
You've got me singing again, Joe. You've got me singing.
I still haven't found a way of eloquently describing what Eurovision is to our American friends. But you know that they're having their own. They're going to have the Great American Song Contest coming up. I think it's either. Well, I think it was meant to be this year. It's probably going to be next year now. But yes, it's basically based on Eurovision, and rather than having all the countries of Europe. It's going to be by the people that do Eurovision, but it's called the Great American Song Contest, and it's going to be all the states of America are going to have a song competition.
Sensational!
It's going to be amazing, isn't it?
it?
It's one of the organisers from Eurovision that started it, and
Absolutely.
also Debbie,
yes.
the Eurovision film comes out on Netflix at the end of the month. It's got Will Ferrell in it. It looks hilarious.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's all around the Icelandic Eurovision entry. It's going to be fun.
I can't wait. I really can't wait.
Then
you'll
know what it is then in the US. Once it's up, I'll post it, guys.
Joe,
and you can see.
Eurovision's been a big part of my life from as far back as I can remember, from ABBA to Brotherhood of Man to obviously Bucks Fizz, because I'm a massive Bucks Fizz fan. But I have never, ever missed a Eurovision. I absolutely love it. I just wish I could do what you did. And I did set you a challenge last year, didn't I, Joe? I said my friends had actually got on where they were dancing and jigging around for the English crowd. And I said to Joe, you've got to make sure you do that. And guess what? Our Joe went on BBC One, all over, global, all over the world. And he was jazzing away like this. And he did set that challenge. I can't believe he actually did that. Absolutely fabulous. Now,
what am I like?
Rather than sticking this down, I'm just going to show you. I've got a piece of, I've took a 6x6 cardstock, used some of that gorgeous luxury. Can you see the luxury red and the luxury green there? Glitter cardstock, and then pop that over the top there, Joe. And again, you've got a really instant card. And rather than adding a sentiment this time, you leave it blank, because it is a fabulous embossing folder that really speaks what it needs to say. So, Joe, can I just run through a couple of other things before I finish? Because I want to show you as well. I'll tell you what. I'll take some heavyweight acetate. Now, our heavyweight acetate, although it's not on the show, and I'm just going to show you a little thing it's got on there. Let me make sure I've got it the right side. Cut this down to size. Our heavyweight acetate that comes...
I think we might have some hunky-dory construction acetate on the website.
Absolutely fabulous.
Worth checking that out.
Ours that comes to you from Crafter's Companion has a protective film over it as well. So I've just peeled that off. You can tell the difference because it looks rather cloudy. Now again, placing that into the middle, I'm going to run that through again. Exactly the same combination that I've been using all the way through the show. But again, all of the embossing folders that are on are going to work beautifully with anything that you do when it comes to your Christmas card making, whether it be Christmas gifts, and I'm going to show you something else that you can do in a moment. Look how beautiful. Can you see that detail?
It'd be lovely in a box lid, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You've read me mind, Joe. That looks, apart from you won't get mucky fingers like mine, but it looks absolutely fabulous. I don't know if you're able to see it. Let me grab a piece
Kathy wanted to know, how did you adhere the vellum to the glitter card?
Right, so you can do two things with this, Kathy. Brads are a perfect one, and what you would do is, and I realised afterwards my faux pas, I've already stuck my card blank down, which is why I haven't stuck it down. But I would put a brad in each corner and pop that through. It makes a really nice finish. Or you could use our tape pen and run the tape pen over.
She uses brads as well.
So yes, brads is perfect when it comes to vellum and parchment style crafting. But look how gorgeous that would be looking on a lid. I was going to say a bin lid. What is up with me today? On a bin lid.
Fancy bins around your way, Debbie.
But you can do that with acetate. You can also, let's go back to that leather. Let me grab a different embossing folder. Will it fit on the, oh, it'll do. So when I'm going to back again, I'm just doing a little bit at butterfly there, but exactly the same combination, Joe, even though we've got real leather in there, this is another thing that you can do. Run that through again, and you're going to be able to do things like material. Felt, it looks sensational on felt and foam. I know people think that's daft. Try it and see what else you can do.
Put your flower forming foam through an embossing
Absolutely, you would do, yeah. Now look how gorgeous. Can you see that embossed detail there? Is it picked it up?
Really
can you see that?
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. And it's not going to lose its shape either, Joe, because once it's done, it stays like that. So that's just another thing. Now lastly, and I want to show you something, because I talk about card making ever such a lot when it comes to embossing, but I turned, oops, what have I done with it? It's here. Plain MDF box, and mine's still in its wrapper. You can pick these up cheap as chips in all sorts of shops on the internet, wherever you want to go. That is just a plain box, and what I did was I painted it with black gesso, or gesso, wherever you come from, whatever you call it, black gesso, which is like a chalky paint, covered that all over on the inside and the out, and then I measured and I used one of my all-time favourite embossing folders, but this is the Country Garden, Joe, and I made this for my daughter. And all I did was paint it in the black. I ran my gilding wax all over the edges. Can you see here where I've used the gilding wax? I then chopped down pieces by taking my ruler and measuring all the dimensions. This is black cardstock that's being run through the embossing folder. Obviously I've used the Country Garden, but think about Christmas, and I'll tell you why. I did the same effect with the twinkling snowflake on a box, but did it in white and used gilding wax, and then just decorate it to your heart's content. And everybody, if they're watching, they'll be laughing, but every single member of my family got a box with some pennies inside, but they got a box that they could keep forever. This is my daughter, so I've got to take it back. But literally, these are the things that you can do with it. So think of embossing folders, whether it be Christmas, whether it be ordinary. Think of all the techniques that we've covered today. I've really enjoyed this masterclass. I could have done another 2 hours with lots of other different techniques that are out there. Honestly, Joe, really enjoyed this. I'm glad you've had me for this masterclass. You what, darling?
Hopefully they'll let us do another masterclass, darling, together. When are you back with us, Debbie?
I'm back on Thursday. I've got the cartload preview, the cartload warm-up for our Sarah. We're really looking forward to it because we have got, stop the press, some amazing deals on the show. So make sure you tune back in on Thursday morning.
Absolutely, it's going to be amazing. Remember, this is us kicking off the festivities here on Crafters TV. It's our first show, 2 weeks of shows coming your way, culminating in a massive Second Chance Sunday with myself and Sarah on the 21st. So much. Now, I want to recap on everything because it is really busy. That luxury Christmas cardstock assortment, I'll just quickly run you through what you're getting there. You're getting the red, let me try and get round so you can see me. Where am I? There you are. You're going to get the red, the green, the gold, the silver and the blue. 40% of what was a huge stock has sold out and gone there. The 6x6 folders are also really busy. 20.97, 29.85, almost half the stock of those is gone. It was a really big festive launch stock that we've got for that one. Next up, we've got the 3x6 or 6x3, what would you call them?
3x6.
3x6, thank you, Debbie. 8.97, almost half of this one's gone. 11.97 if you're in the US. Everyone that's going for those ones is also going for these ones, which is the next one. Half of these ones gone too. 3 different folders, same size, loads of little techniques you can do with these. $5.98 or $6.90 if you want to go for those. Down to the last 5% of the stock on those fabulous sentiments. So please be quick for those if you want to grab them. There's more of you with them in your basket than there are units available. So someone is going to miss out there. The stamps, 47 pence per stamp, 57 cents per stamp for festive stamps. Get your Christmas crafting started now. How much of the stock's gone here? 60% of a big festive launch stock again gone there. Very, very busy. The ink pads. Great that we've given you 25% off of a 6-piece collection. We usually hold those kind of discounts back for when we do the big 29-piece collections, but we've done it because it is, of course, our festive launch. 22.46, 31.28. I believe it's a quarter of the stock has gone there already. Right, are you ready for the first festive craft vault? It's really hard to do spinnies in these because I've got plastic soles on my shoes. So I was like, I'm gonna go. Yeah, finally. I mean, literally, wait till I got my leather soles on. You'll not see me, I spin so fast. Anyway, right, let's crack on with the craft vault. The first of our festive craft vaults is what we're looking at. The first one you've got here is this. Now, this is always so busy. It's one of those decorative hearts. It's the outline dies that we've got for you. You've got a 40% saving across absolutely everything in the show. So this show's craft vault today. So you've got that one there, which is the decorative hearts. Really, really busy for that. Right, up next we've got, this is our special friend, Stamp and Die. It's one of those lovely fancy fonts. You've not seen these for ages, but they're always so popular when we bring them to you. Great to get them for $3.59. This is the sort of thing that you're going to be able to make with those, which is beautiful. And that's all of the different Stamp and Die combos that you've got. So what you've got is that middle element, which is die cut. Then you've got all the stamps to work around that, which allow you to create your own sentiment. So you've got stamps that say a truly great, thanks for being my, for a special, so you can customise that sentiment as you see fit. The next one we've got is some of our nesting dies. I don't know how we've got nesting dies in the craft vault. How has that even happened? I don't know. $7.97 to get this one here. It's your stitched edge circle. 30% of this is already gone. Imagine creating mats and layers as amazing as that. It looks like one of Madonna's boobies. Here, let me show you. Look, you see what I mean? What was it? What was a conical dress called? What was it? The Madonna bra. What was it called? No, I mean, what? Do you remember what music video it was in, Debbie?
No.
Oh, I just need someone to save me. I'm just digging a hole for myself. I'm like Leanne with a...
Was it Madonna?
It was Madonna, yeah.
Was it Madonna, Vogue?
Yeah. Was it Vogue? Thank you, Debbie. Yeah. Just got myself out of trouble. Right, let's move on. The Schmetterling. This is Debbie. You love this. This is one of your favourites, Debbie.
I absolutely adore that butterfly. It's absolutely gorgeous. Really big statement piece as well, Joe.
Yeah, huge butterfly. Great to paper piece. Wonderful for those stained glass window. Oh, imagine doing a stained glass window techniques with your sparkle inks beyond. Oh, just wonderful. So that one there, $7.97. Very busy for that. Flamingos. Flamingos so popular at the moment. They're up there, aren't they, with unicorns. Do you know the other one that seems to be getting really popular as well? Is it llamas and alpacas? They seem to be popper up everywhere. My producer Laura, love an alpaca. So you've got that there. This is what it does for you. So it's a stamp and die combination. So it's going to cut that out for you. And then these are the kind of really cute little cards. Oh, my flamingo's gone a bit floppy here. You might want to double cut it. But you can see here, they're the kind of projects you're going to be able to create. Right, this is a lovely little one here. It's one of our cut and emboss. Look how cute and adorable this little cut and emboss frame is. It really is lovely. But again, doing it in a kind of triptych sort of style, mounting it up with threes there, it makes a beautiful little frame. Do you know what that would be great for as well? Perfect size. You know, like those passport photos that you get? Perfect size to use that to pop a passport photo behind. Really lovely in a little scrapbook, little mini scrapbook page or something like that. The next one I've got for you is the Vichy frame, which is this one here. Now these are those cut and emboss folders that Debbie was talking about that she absolutely loves. So this is the Vichy. That's what it's going to look like when you ink it. You can use it whichever way you want to, and then if you want to, you can gilding wax it as well. Of course, it looks gorgeous when you do that. The next one we've got for you is a cut and emboss folder, another one. Now this one, I love this, Time for Tea. So it's done here with some silver gilding wax, as you can see, but it's been done in a very colourful sparkle ink. Shake a card, $7.79 or $11.39 if you want to go for that one. Very busy there. And then finally, we've got the Biarritz, which is another one of our cut and emboss folders here, as you can see. Again, beautiful if you ink it up, wonderful as well if you choose to use your gilding waxes in there as well. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this masterclass even half as much as I've enjoyed it. It's been an amazing one. Loads of you so excited for everything that is coming up over the next 2 weeks. It's a whole 2 weeks of festive shows. Monday Makers will be back a little later today with myself and Sarah. So that will be fantastic. It's a foil press that we're going to be looking at, and it's going to be a fantastic show. I will let you know there's going to be a free gift every single day. Tomorrow's free gift, because it's softer side of life in the mornings, it's got a little bit of a sort of soft craft theme to it, but something that all of you are going to be able to take advantage of. A lot of you just joining us at the end and saying that you've missed out on the show. Don't worry, you can watch it back right now over on the website, of course, as well. Right, thank you to all of you guys. Massive thank you again to Debbie. We'll see you back here in a few hours. If we don't see you later on this afternoon, see you in the morning. Take care.